Thank you. This is my first time. Normally, I go up as Bob Moore, but tonight we're just gonna ride out this bots thing. Yeah, it's my first time at Camp Bar. Let's give it up for the performance you saw tonight. And I didn't know I would be performing at Lake Wobegon. This is fantastic. I had that pennant in my room all growing up, the Grand Vikings one. Just staring at it all night. So, I've been watching Sesame Street a lot lately. No, things aren't going great for me. Taking it back to the streets, trying to see where I went wrong. I was thinking about my grandpas recently. One grandpa, he was in World War II. The other grandpa was a farmer his whole life. They're part of the greatest generation. I don't know if that is true, if there really is a greatest generation, but they are far greater than we are. That's for sure. Like, I'm 30, and I'm pretty sure by the time my grandpa was 30, he had built like 3 houses. He wasn't even a carpenter. They said free time they did shit. When I have free time, I just go through Netflix. Just make sure I've got my queue up. My car's been making a noise for like a month. My solution to that is turning my car radio up. Out of sight, out of mind. So if you hear Terry Gross blaring at an unreasonable volume, that's just me in my shitty car. I'm not 100% sure when the last time I went to the dentist was. Not bragging, not trying to show you how desperate I am. I genuinely do not know. I haven't had a toothache in a while, so I'm going to ride this one out. Fingers crossed on that. Is it just me though, or are babies getting uglier? Anyone else notice that? Maybe it's just me. I'm single, so all my baby viewing happens online, through my friends' posts. Sir, come on. No, I'm not that one guy who's disgusting. No, but I just, I do have friends, might be shocking, and they post photos of their children. And one thing that happens with my generation is this race to get photos up of your infant child as soon as possible, which doesn't lend itself to very good-looking photos. Back in the day, you went somewhere, you paid someone, you had photos developed, there was care and etiquette put into it. And now, all of that's gone out the window. My Facebook feed looks like it's been overrun by a bunch of pink gremlins. and now with this race to get the very first photo of your child's life, I'm just waiting for some day where some dipshit takes a photo of his wife's crotch right as the baby's head's crowning. Like that iconic photo from Alien. It's gonna happen, I know it is. And that's why I propose, since everyone loves this retro shit, we go real retro, back to portraits. Or if that's not a viable option, etch a sketch. Better for everyone. I'm done with Uber. I've decided, I'm just done with it. Yeah, I'm done with it. Uber and I were through. They're okay with it, they're not too distraught. I'm okay with it, we're doing all right. I think Uber's a perfect example of how full of shit we are. Everyone likes to put a big price on security. And just because this guy with a sticker is giving you a better discount than a taxi, you just trust him? That's just a guy, you know that, right? It's just a guy with a sticker on his car. No verification really done. And you're getting in there drunk when you're at your most vulnerable? You trust this fellow? I don't think so. I'm done with Uber. Another thing I saw with Uber is they're trying to move their operations down to Mexico. I don't know if anyone else thinks it's a bad idea, but I sure do. Here you have a clandestine corporation that has trouble operating in most U.S. cities with strict regulations, and then picking up and going down to Mexico, where they have a lot of trouble with transportation and security, as is. Like, heads are found in trunks of cars in Mexico a lot. So much so it's not even really reported. And here you have Uber coming into town. By design, you're giving a complete stranger the knowledge that you have a very expensive cell phone, as well as your exact location. So what's their tagline gonna be? Uber Mexico. Don't forget the ransom money. Speaking of cars, I saw a bumper sticker that has been bothering me for weeks now. I was driving behind this vehicle and the bumper sticker read, "This car was made with wrenches, not chopsticks." Yeah, exactly. That's like just some ridiculous, antiquated racism to start with. But he was driving a Honda. This dipshit can't even do racism right. And you know, there's a lot wrong with that. You know, right at the top, wrenches, not inherently American. They are universally used. You know, maybe for read, this car was made with manifest destiny, not chopsticks. That's a little more apropos. Secondly, you know, it's pretty hard to use chopsticks. You need a lot of dexterity. I'd say that'd be a good qualification for someone working in cars. Another hard truth, this guy. Most foreign vehicles are now being assembled here with American hands. So that kind of shoots a hole in those arguments. A few other things that are probably going to ruin this guy's day. We did land on the moon. Obama, not a Muslim. Guns, they do kill people. That's gonna be a tough one for that guy. How am I doing on time?
6 minutes and 43 seconds.
All right, well, I will end very quickly with this little ditty. If you haven't noticed by my cutting edge material, I am not very interesting. I'm not. And I know that because I've spent time with interesting people. And our stories do not sound anything alike. I was working in a restaurant in Minneapolis several years ago, and it was in a pretty dangerous part of town. We were open real late, a lot of people got robbed. So, as a result, we had to have an employee meeting about ways to stay safe in the neighborhood. And after the meeting, I stepped outside for a cigarette with my coworker. Several moments go by, neither of us say anything, until finally he breaks the silence with this. Man, how are they gonna teach me to stay safe? I grew up in Gary, Indiana, in the 80s. Motherfucker, I've been tortured. Looking in his eye, he had in fact been tortured. Now our upbringings could not be further from apart. And he's like Omar from The Wire. I'm like DJ from Full House. I grew up in the suburbs in the 90s. Shit was good. Clinton was in office. We're eating Gushers, drinking Yoj. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm Bob Moore. That's my time.